again, like you say, it's going to be me for a good few days yet. We are trying to get Yog connected, but I don't think he is going to be able to stream. Basically because there's rules and regulations at the place he's at with regards to with regards to filming and cameras and things like that. So I think the only way he can do it off of Twitch is if he's on the phone camera. I don't know exactly, but it looks like it's going to be a preventative thing. So yeah, you're going to be stuck with me, I'm afraid. I've spoken to Yog a few times today. He seems to be okay. Looks like he's talking a bit more. Hopefully interacting with the people that are there, the medical staff. I'm not sure who he's seen today yet. I know he hadn't seen a doctor, and they were trying to sort out his Wi-Fi, but I'm not sure if that's happened yet or not. I've not spoken to him since about 3:30, so we'll see what he reports back to me after that. I will be going to visit him again tomorrow. Bedders has kindly lent him his Steam Deck, so I'll be taking that with me. And we're potentially going to look at getting a docking station for that Steam Deck so that he can have his computer, mouse and keyboard, and then he can play some games, just in order to keep himself sane, really. By the sounds of it, he's likely to have a Battle Brothers marathon, but it's his favourite game, so that's not a bad thing. So there is that, yeah. I just need to not forget it in the morning, so I think once I've done on here, I will be going to pack his bag for him and make sure it's in one of those bags for life, because we're not allowed to take carrier bags into the facility, so there's always that. What have I done today? Not a lot. I was awake quite a lot of the night again. I had a shower at ridiculously silly times in the morning. Then I was going to text Yog, but I didn't want to wake him up just in case he'd gone to sleep finally. So we spoke about 6 o'clock, 6:30 this morning. I must have nodded off again, and then I had to phone the doctors at 8. Hi, Fleischman. And then they phoned me back about 8:45, and then I must have zonked altogether because I didn't get up until about 1 o'clock. So went downstairs, acquired my parcels from outside the front door that had been left there whilst I was in bed, which is, they're actually hidden them this time, which is impressive. Not very well, anyone with half a brain could have found them, but still. Yeah, I got a box of nuts. All these different flavoured nuts. There's like honey roasted pecans and some macadamias and some sunflower seeds, and I think I got like 6 or 7 pouches of nuts, because I'm eating a lot of porridge at the moment, and just adding some nuts so it gives it a bit of extra crunch. It's good. I also got some of those no, I didn't get emergency licorice supplies. I want to go. So basically there's this little it's a hotel, but it's got like this little retail sort of area that me and Bedders and Yog go to quite regularly, and it's got a lizard rescue place where they've put, well, not just lizards, but a reptile rescue place, where they've got ones that can't be rehomed. They've been treated that badly, and they're not suitable to go to anybody. They have another option there where they do get things in that can be rehomed. And then there's a few shops. It's like a little boutique, a shop that sells all sorts of like rock t-shirts and dragon statues and stuff like that. There's a crystal place. There's like a dog shop, not to buy actual dogs, but all the stuff you need for a dog. And then they've just opened a sweet shop. So I would quite like to go down there and see if I can procure myself some licorice from this shop. I did get a bit the other day, but I ate it really quickly, from a shop in Bakewell, which I could have spent more on, but I am trying to sort of be good, so I only bought 100 grams of it, but that was really nice. So yeah, I want to go there, but I say at the moment, with Yog being in hospital and Bedda's being incapacitated through an injury, it's not. I can't drive. I've not even got a car at the minute. Yeah, it's sort of like shit out of luck, basically. I'm sure we'll get there at some point soon. Evening, Red Harvest. I hope you're well. Yeah, so I want to get down there again. They got like a nice little farm shop as well, and a good cafe as well, cafe restaurant type place, which we've eaten at several occasions. I say it's good. It's a bit pricey, but I suppose you get what you pay for. Good evening, Embassy Clark. I hope you're well. Yeah, it is a bit. Just go for a nosy and have a look round. It's I think they've just reopened a craft barn as well, which is another thing. And there's this really weird little shop that looks like it sells like end of line stuff. So you've got a right mishmash of products in there, but like it all looks like it was whatever was left over from when it was originally sold. So it's cheaper than normal, but it's dead hit and miss what you get in there. But yeah, it's been there for a long while, so obviously it must be making money from it. But yeah, it's quite good. It's not my favourite farm shop in the area. There's one called the Hollies, which we go to occasionally, and that's got some amazing stuff, but it's so not cheap. In our family, it's called the £10 shop because everything costs £10 at least, which is a bit of a exaggeration, but not by much. And then there's another place that we go to that is not far from where me and Bedda's and Yog and Bedda's sister go and walk her dogs. And they've got quite a big farm shop, and theirs quite reasonably priced actually. They have decent variety. They've got a butcher's on site there as well, and they have pastries and fresh bread and that brought in every time. See, Fleischmann, so am I. I am so. Oh, there used to be. It makes me sad this because I think about all these bookshops that have closed. I used to love Borders because I could just go and sit in there for hours and read books. But anyway, there was this amazing bookshop. I can't remember the name of it. It was a place called Lady Hayes, which is not too far away from Frodsham, if anyone knows about that. But they used to have this unit there, and it must have been, I don't know, 12 foot from floor to ceiling, maybe slightly more than that. And it had bookcases on every wall up to the top, and then they had bookcases down the middle of the store as well. And they were all loosely, sort of like loosely grouped into different sections, if you like, topics, and you could just sit in there for hours just looking through all the books, like finding stuff that you've been looking for ages, or finding new stuff that you've never read before. And you know, and everything was like reasonably priced. You were looking like, for a paperback book, you were looking about £2, some of them even cheaper than that. But it was absolutely amazing, but it closed, and I'm so gutted. I've not yet found another one that's got something similar to that. There might be one at another sort of like similar type place, a bit further south from us. But I've not been there for a long while, so I don't know if it's still there. There used to be one. Oh yeah, it was complete chaos in there. It was like you just had to keep rummaging. But yeah, it was great, and it always smelt like old books, and it was like, oh. And you find one, and it's just, yeah, it was great. I could have spent hours in there, literally, without a problem. But like I say, I bought a lot of books from there over the times. I've got quite a library myself, but it's just going to be really awkward for people. I don't sell books. I don't get rid of them. I lend them to people sometimes, and they never bother to give them me back, so I technically get rid of them in that respect. But I know I can't sell my books or send them to the charity shop or give them away or anything like that. I feel bad doing that. So I've got quite a lot of them. I used to read an awful lot. Since I had encephalitis back in 2014, I've struggled more with reading, but as soon as I can get something that I can get into, I'm alright. I started reading the Terry Pratchett Discworld series again when I was in hospital with COVID. They were bouncing from hospital to hospital appointments with me here. And I love Terry Pratchett. So I started reading the first one in that series when I was in hospital, and then acquired the ones I was missing, because I did have a few anyway. Acquired the ones I was missing and read them all in order, and then felt really bad because there was no more Terry Pratchett. But then obviously this one has come out over Christmas here at least, and I've got that now as well. But I've started reading another one that I was given first because I want to save me Terry Pratchett till I feel a bit shit. So one of them. Right, let's pick up on comments again. Yes, the PC has been running this whole time. It never gets turned off. It always takes a while to warm up if we turn it off, so it just gets left on. Yeah, I think I would need some cave explorers to get me out. Hey Ben, I hope you're well. Yeah, Pratchett, there's oh god, I can't think what it's called now. It's something like the Lost Tales or something like that. Yeah, I think it is some short stories. But apparently his daughter is releasing one probably around about now actually, which is all about the witches and that were in the Discworld series. So I'm going to pick that one up as well. And I'm hoping that she's used quite a bit from her father's archives, if you like, and then just sort of booked it out herself, because that would be really good. So yeah, it's well, it was on sale here just before Christmas for £10, and I was gonna buy it then, but I found out my sister had already bought it for me for Christmas, so I had to send it back in. But yeah, never mind. I would read it, Red Harvest. I know exactly what you mean, because once you've finished it, that's the end of it, and it's shit. Because, yeah, he went too soon, man. Too soon. What I also read, which were quite good, not Discworld series, is the ones he wrote about the Long Earth. I don't know if you've seen any of them. It's in collaboration with someone, but I can't remember who that is. But they did the Long Earth, and then I think there's about 5 or 6 in the series. They were good books, good read. I like the Guards too. Bit of Sam Vine. Sam Vine, Jesus Christ, that's somebody I know. Samuel Vimes, try again. Yeah, he's one of my favourites. I don't mind the witches, but they're probably slightly further down on my list. I do quite enjoy the wizards as well, I must admit. But yeah, the guards, they're definitely like peak Pratchett. They're amazing. And it's crazy how relevant still a lot of his stuff is, even though the first ones came out in like 1982 or something crazy like that. I've never read the kids' ones, so I think I probably should. Oh, Moist von Litwig, yeah, he's great. Yeah, I do like him a lot. It's a shame they can't make some more of the, like, more television films for them. Yeah, that's true, Ben. Yeah. I do like Rincewind as well, though. He's good. And to be honest, the luggage is probably more my favourite. The luggage makes me laugh. It's great. But yeah, I think I will read the kids' ones. They only did a couple of TV ones as far as I can remember. They were good. I'm always reluctant to do, books into movies or books into television. Thank you, Katya. I can't see what people are writing now. Let me move that for you. Don't want to, cause you any inconvenience, Kitty. Yeah, they're not bad. Like I say, I'm always a bit reluctant with regards to books into TV, but they were good. Apparently, they wanted to collaborate with Disney on Mort and make a film out of that, but for some reason Disney decided that death wasn't to be included, at which point Mort doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. So Terry Pratchett told them to go swing, which is probably what I would have done too. Yeah, I think they did Soul Music. I think they did The Hogfather as well. I'm trying to think. I think they did one of the Witches ones too, but I can't remember which one it was. I'm not sure, but yeah, they're worth a watch. They're not too disparate from the books, if you like. Where have you seen that, Ben? That sounds great. But yeah, I've been a Terry Pratchett fan since I probably came to it quite late actually, but since I was about 16. The lad I was seeing at the time. Are you just trying to get in the way of my phone, Cat? The lad I was seeing when I was 16 had a selection of them, and I just used to read them when I went round his house, and it got me hooked. So pretty much from then on, any new ones that came out, I just bought them straight away. I did have a signed copy, which I stupidly lent to someone and never got back again, which pissed me off. There was a Kitty, move your tail. Yeah, I think The Hogfather was a movie as well. I'll have to keep my eyes open if they do live action stuff, because that would be great. I would love that. But yeah, so I love a bit of Terry. I say, well gone too soon. I was sad that day. There's not many celebrity deaths that really make me sad, but that one did. Him and I don't know if anyone or everyone has seen this. There was a programme on Channel 4, I think it was, in the UK, called Friday Night Dinner, about a Jewish family that would get together every Friday night and have the tea. And it's absolutely hilarious. But the father from that, obviously in real, he died fairly recently. And I was quite gutted by that as well, because he was such a good character, he's such a good actor. And he was too young as well. I think he was, I'm going to say he was in his 50s, which is nothing really, nowadays especially. Yeah, I'm very much the same, Red Harvest. I will not lend books anymore after I've been burnt a few times. Not you burnt, another type of burnt. Yeah, because I lent one out to one friend, never got it back again, so bought it again. And then another friend asked to borrow it, and stupidly enough I said yes. So I've ended up buying 3 copies of the same goddamn book. But it is a good book. It's a book called Shantaram. I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head that wrote it. But it's basically an autobiography, though it reads like some sort of reads like some sort of action thriller. It's crazy, but it's a good book. I liked that one a lot. I've tried reading his second one, but for some reason I'm not getting very far in it. And again, I think it's mainly since encephalitis that I don't have quite the... I end up reading the same passages over and over because it's not sunk in. It's getting better. It's not as bad as it was straight away, but yeah, I still struggle with it a little bit. So, but that seems to be like the only side effect that I've still got. So I can't really complain, considering, yeah, I possibly nearly died. I'm not really sure. I knew there was something wrong with me. I drove to the doctors and made an appointment and drove to the doctors. And I remember sitting in the doctor's surgery and her phoning for an ambulance, phoning my little brother. I got put in an ambulance and then I don't remember anything for 5 or 6 days. I was apparently conscious for quite a lot of that. But after a little while they decided to actually anaesthetise me because they needed to do tests and stuff. And I was going around trying to pull things off the walls and doing all sorts and everything. It was yeah. In all fairness, when I told them I'd had a headache for 5 days, they were like, come down now. So I left work and went down. But it was that bad. I'd got my work and my doctor's number up on my phone. Didn't just to think ring them from my phone, but tried to type the number into my work's phone. Couldn't do it. Had to get my boss to do it. And they still let me drive 15 miles to the bloody doctor's surgery. I'm thinking if I'd have taken any much longer, I'd have passed out at the wheel and I'd probably be dead. But yeah, anyway, it was fun times. Like I say, everyone else was obviously very stressed and worried and all the rest of it about me. And I woke up eventually thinking, oh, I've had a nice sleep. I feel the most relaxed and refreshed I've felt in ages. But it wasn't till like after that I started to cop for it, really. I was tired for months and couldn't go into work for months. They wouldn't let me. I tried to go back in. I got booted straight back out the door by occupational health. But yeah, it was interesting times. And also being a Terry Pratchett novel title. Back to round where we started. So yeah. So sometimes me and Yog do laugh that, I mean, we've been together 10.5 years now. We've definitely done the whole, in sickness and in health thing. Not quite done the till death do us part bit just yet, and hopefully not for a very long time, but yeah, we've had our ups and downs with regards to each other being well or not. We've not really done that bit, no, Red Harvest. I think for the first, how long would it be? Like 9 months maybe we did that bit. And then after that it's just been one thing after a goddamn other. But I mean, I'm getting the help I need. John's getting the help he needs. So hopefully when we come out of all of this, we'll be able to get back to that bit again. It would be nice. But you have to laugh at times. It's otherwise, you know, it's one of the I don't know, I don't even know what I'm saying, to be honest. You have to laugh about it, otherwise you'd cry, and it's not much you can do when you're crying. Hi, you big spray can. Are you okay? Yeah. No, we do not have children and do not intend to have children either. It's I've said a few times, it's a damn good job we've not got a sprog, because God knows what we would have done with one. They'd have been passed out from pillar to post for the majority of their goddamn lives if that had been the case. Because there was no way in hell that I was capable of dealing with a kid. You think you are. I hope that you are. But I know what you mean. I think I'm alright sometimes, and then maybe I'm not. But one of those, innit? You take as much of the wellness as you can and try and concentrate on that. No, I don't think we would have been the worst. I think it would have definitely been circumstance that would have kept any kids away from us, but yeah, to be honest, I've always said I don't want any. And I think John's worried about passing on his genes to any sort of progeny and him not wanting to put someone through that, which I totally get. You're in the way again, Cat. Come on. What's the phrase? Shit window, good door. What's the matter? You just want to fuss? Hey? You just want to fuss? Go and purr into the microphone. Oh, I had a bit of a palaver before. So, Katya and Archer have pretty much been staying on John's duvet or on his computer chair for like the entirety of the day. They're not moving. And Shroomy, or Moo, or whatever you know her as, has been sitting by the radiator in the front room, curled up, like with the warmth on her. But since Yog gone into the hospital, when I've actually been here, she's been either getting on me or getting behind my knees or something like that whilst I've been sat down watching the telly. And I was sat there before and I'd just put my cup of water on the seat cushion next to me, and for some reason or somehow I've managed to knock it, and I've got covered in water and the cup's going everywhere. So I sort of tried to grab the water, but knocked Shroomy almost off me completely, so I had to grab her. I got her tail all wet, and after that she decided she was going back to the radiator. So I think I've annoyed her as well. One of them. Yeah, two at the same time, that'd be difficult, man. I think one at a time is bad enough, but two, I suppose the only thing is you don't have to worry about having any more if that's the case. Unless you only wanted one in the first place, in which case, tough shit really, innit? But yeah, it's got to be double trouble, that, surely. And I do have, like, what have I got? 5 nephews and 1 niece. So it's not like kids aren't in my life. They're just ones that I can give back at the end of the day. So, and like the two eldest now are actually at high school, so they're sort of like coming out of their shell a bit more. They're becoming their own person, which is quite nice to see. Gone for a third as well. Saying that, my sister's got 4. I'm one of 4. My dad was one of 9. I think some people just like having babies. Yeah, it surprised me my sister went for as many as she did, because with her first one, she ended up with multiple pulmonary embolisms and nearly died. So quite why she'd want to put herself through that yet again, potentially, I do not know. It seems a little bit, well, frightening to me. It's somewhat scary. And my sister had all of her children at the hospital with the murder nurse. So, yeah, she's made comments about that before now, that she's lucky she wasn't there pretty much while she was operating, shall we say. I think she just missed it between her second oldest and her second youngest. There's quite a big age difference between them, so I think that's when she was when she was there. My sister wasn't, thankfully. Yeah, that is a lot of siblings, isn't it? Yeah. No chance of the family name disappearing with that one. It probably will disappear with my lot, because I'm, like I say, one of 4. I've got 2 sisters and a brother. My brother he has special needs, but not to the extent that what have you, but I don't think he's got any interest in girls or boys for that matter. I think he went out maybe with a girl a couple of times when he was in high school, but that was it. And so I can't see him having kids and keeping the name going. But he's adopted anyway, so technically it wouldn't be the same bloodline as it is. He'd keep the name going, but yeah, they'd be technically related to other people. Oh, see, my aunties and uncles, of which I have many, because my mum's got a sister and a brother as well, have all been prolific at turning out the kids as well. I mean, they're talking 3 or 4 at a time. I think one of my uncles has got 5. Another has got 4. There's one uncle that didn't have any. No, 2 uncles. I lied. 2 uncles that didn't have any. One that just didn't really seem to settle down till quite late in life. And the other one because he was more interested in doing, well, nefarious activities, shall we say. He'd got 2 stepdaughters, which I think he'd had for a very long time since they were kids. But yeah, he's a bit of a black sheep of the family. No, I know there are. I'm beginning to think that it's probably a case of there's a TV on the wall and they're doing it doggy style. Because, yeah, obviously doing 2 things at once, if you would like. Probably not the right choice of phrasing when talking about that, but yes. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy, really, the amount of... Yeah, it is impressive multitasking. It's, I don't know. I don't have the urge to have children. I've never had this biological clock thing that people go on about. It's just, plus, when we are well, we like to do things like go on holiday and, you know, spend money on ourselves and stuff, and you can't really do that if you've got tiny people in tow. Everything's got to be about them for a good long time. Go on then, Red Harvest, what's this joke? That's good, I like that. I think Yog will see that later on because he's still getting the stream updates and stuff. I just don't think it... Well, I have no idea if he can listen in or not, to be honest. He probably can't at the moment because he's still not sorted his Wi-Fi out. But, yeah, it's, he does get the specifics of it and the chat notes and what have you, as far as he was saying yesterday. Oh, good. Kitty, you do try and make it awkward for me, don't you? I can see why your father gets annoyed with you, doesn't he? Eh? Yeah, I'll get your belly and you try and get me. Little bugger, don't you? Do you want to sit on the duvet for a bit more? Or do you want feeding? Probably want feeding. Is it tea time? Or alternatively, she's just after treats. I don't believe he has seen a doctor yet, Red Harvest. He's been away from his phone quite a bit today at times, but I don't know what he's doing. I say I took in a load of stuff for him yesterday. Like his Warhammer things and stuff that he can build them whilst he's in there. And a couple of books and some codex or something that he needs to read up on for Warhammer. So I don't know what he's been doing. I don't know if he's been getting some sleep or whatever. I'm trying not to completely bombard him if they've got him doing stuff and interacting. But yeah, he didn't mention so far that he'd seen a doctor. I might ring the facility again later on and get an update. The lady I have been talking to there is not in today, so according to John, so I might leave it. I was going to say I might leave it till tomorrow. I'm there again tomorrow, so I'll be there again about 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if she's in, hopefully she'll bob down and give me a bit of an update. I'm hoping, they've asked me to go on Thursday to go to the rounds, where apparently all the people that might be involved in his care will be there at the same time. But I'm hoping that he will have seen somebody by then to get things started off at least. And then that would be everyone's up to speed jobber and sort of like what they're going to do moving forwards. But I don't know would be the honest answer. So anyway, yeah, I'll be there for that on Thursday. And then I should be able to give you guys a bit more of an update. So it's let's say at the minute we're a little bit in limbo. So yeah, I think he would have told me if there were any significant updates. He's more He's more fussed about the Wi-Fi at the minute because he's very bored, and obviously he's ploughing through his data allowance on his phone contract. I think he's got quite a lot of data on it, but you don't want to start going over because that's when you start raking up a big bill. Excuse me a second. Sorry, I started later doing that today than I did yesterday though. Yeah, exactly. It's I don't want to be running up. running up a massive bill. I should imagine if he does reach his limit, he'll let me know, and then I can maybe ring through to the service provider and potentially add some more data to his contract. But whether they'll let me talk to him, I don't know. Problem being, I'd say to Yog that, I'd say to Yog to do it if they won't talk to me, but he's not got his bank card or anything with him. I've got all of that at the moment, so I don't know. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'd see if I could add an extra data packet onto his contract, because it's not exorbitant. Then it's quite reasonably priced, but I'd just need him to let me know if and when he's hitting that limit. Like I say, I'm hoping they'll have got him up and sorted tomorrow tops, so he can actually do that and then play on this. I don't think the Steam Deck needs an internet connection. I think it is literally just memory, but if he wants to download another game, if he gets sick of the ones that are on there, then I think he would need an internet connection for it. But again, this sort of stuff is completely outside of my remit, so I really couldn't say one way for sure. But we will see. So I just need to keep tabs on the internet and keep tabs on the amount of takeaways that he's having. So I say I don't really know what the food is like in there. So, or if he's actually even getting enough food really, because he's quite happy to not eat snacks and things now. He stopped doing that a while back. But if they're not giving him, he needs a decent portion for his, breakfast, dinner and tea. So if they're not particularly big meals, he's going to end up getting hungry, and that's when I end up getting a call saying, can you order me a... yes, I can, but it's costing us a bloody fortune. Not that I wouldn't deny him it at the moment. I just want him to stay there and get better, and see somebody about getting better and get a plan in place. So I don't know. Yeah, if it is multiplayer, he will need it, but I think the main... What did he say he was going to download? It was Battle Brothers, and I want to say something with Star in it, but I'm not 100% certain. I'm not sure what it was that it was... So anyway, Bedders had downloaded all the games for him yesterday, and dropped the oh my god, I'm sorry guys. And dropped the Steam Deck off with me so I can take it to him in the morning. So it's one of them. Right guys, I'm gonna bugger off because I haven't had my tea yet and I'm actually quite hungry. I've not eaten much today and everyone's gonna shout at me for not looking after myself as well, because yeah, that's what everybody's doing at the minute. I have had 2 tiny little Cadbury's trifles. I've not eaten at all. But yeah, I'm going to go and have a chicken korma now. Or something akin to that. Right. Thanks so much, all of you guys. And I will see you tomorrow at the latest. It'll probably be about the same time again. It's about 6 o'clock. As long as I don't get told to do anything by my parents. I'll get kept there in order to be fed properly or what have you. But no, I think it'll be about 6 o'clock. I'll ask Reese's to put on again when it's going to be, just to give you guys a heads up. Alright. Right, stay safe everyone. Have a good evening. I'll speak to you tomorrow.